So something's been on my mind lately that I wanted to explore today for our group, and that is, why do women initiate most of the divorces? I believe something like two-thirds, maybe even 70% are initiated by women. So why does that happen? I think for a lot of people when they're younger, they merge lives together because they're amped up on lust and limerence. Maybe they met when they were teenagers. Maybe they met in college. Maybe they met a little bit older in life. And they were following a certain programming. Go to job or go to school, get a job, meet someone, get married, buy a house, start a family, following this programming. At least that was the programming I had as a baby boomer. And I followed that exactly the way I was supposed to. And I chose someone who I thought I was in love with. But I really didn't know what love was. I didn't know what commitment was. I didn't know what marriage was. I didn't know what it meant, really what it meant to be a husband. Didn't know it. I mean, I kind of saw my parents. I saw some of the dysfunctionality in my parents. I didn't really know. I followed programming. And that programming was to be a provider, be a protector. So I wasn't a really good husband. I think that happens frequently. And women don't feel fulfilled in the relationship by the man. Now, for some women, they're happy that they're being taken care of, and they accommodate a lot of things. But ultimately, the intimacy starts to break apart. What I mean it starts to break apart is people go into their corners. The man's doing the job thing, the wife is doing the motherly thing. And after a while, there's no real love between two people. And I believe women deep in their hearts yearn for that heart connection more so than men. I'm not suggesting that men don't yearn the heart connection, but I really believe women yearn for it more. And because of that, because the love between the two people have dissipated, there's an unfulfillment going on. And that could be the primary reason why they initiate divorces. Now, certainly there are men who go out and have physical affairs, and there are people that have abuse issues and things like that. But I'm just saying, for the garden variety couple, why does that happen? Why does that have to happen? Why does the love have to die between two people? And why is it the women, and this is just my hypothesis. I'm not suggesting that this is fact. Why do they yearn more for the heart? It's because I think women were the ones designed to open men's heart up. And sadly, so many women don't really know how to do that, to really open a man's heart to love, to intimacy, to real connection. Some men know how to do that, but most men don't. Most women want it, but they don't know how to connect it. So how do we bridge this gap? How do we shift this narrative so it doesn't have to be that there is even divorce? It's just something I contemplate frequently, and this is why I continually beat the drum in my messaging that women are the emotional leaders of the relationship. And yet most women don't know how to do that, because most women oftentimes are in fear of speaking their truth with a man, because that fear causes them to not speak up because they're afraid the man will leave. This is certainly true for those of us in midlife. I witness this over and over again. It's again one of the reasons why I beat the drum over and over of the encouragement to be empowered in your life, to take charge of your life from an empowered sense, meaning you don't need someone to love you for you to feel good about yourself. It's one of the reasons why I continually encourage reading books that will help navigate the conversation so you can bring that intimacy together. Because most men don't know how to open their hearts. Most men have been taught and beat down to stuff their emotions. Their primary focus is to be that provider protector. And quite frankly, when they're in midlife, a lot of men lose that desire to be a provider protector if they've been hurt. And we could even go down the road of all the men and women who have been deeply bruised and hurt in their childhood. And that carries over in their adulthood. And that's another reason why clashes happen as two people get older, because in a relationship, because they're not working on the intimacy. Intimacy means into me you see. What that means is seeing someone at their heart level and building that level of genuine trust between two people. This is why I recommend reading the book Emotional Intimacy by Robert Masters. This is why I recommend reading the book 8 Dates by Drs. John and Julie Gottman, and the follow-up book, The 7 Principles of Making Marriage Work. This is why I recommend reading, oh my God, what's the name of her book? I just went blank here for a second, by Barbara DeAngelis. How to Make Love All the Time. How to make love all the time. How to bridge that space between what is desired and the fact that most people don't know how to make it happen. And the reason why I encourage women is because we men desire you. We do. We want you. We want that companionship. We want that connection. We want that physical intimacy with you. We don't know how to make it happen. We just were never taught. Some men were. I study it, so for me it's like breathing these days. But for most men, that's not the case. So I encourage everyone to do the work to create that bridge of intimacy together, so it doesn't have to be that the women are the ones who are initiating the divorces or initiating the breakups. And in the midlife realm, men break up very quickly because they're not clued in on how to make this happen. And so when you find someone that is a real potential partner, then invite you to read these books together so you can build that bridge of real connection with one another, so you can actually lean into a deeper, more powerful, more intimate relationship with each other. And that's my invitation for you. Is this sinking in? Is this resonating with you all? Please let me know. Post a comment below. I'd like to hear your thoughts. All right, I'm going to wrap up this video as I always do. First off, giving myself a big, gigantic Jonathon Bear hug of self-love. I'm going to reach into the camera and give you a hug of love if that's okay. I'm asking you to turn to someone, a pet, a teddy bear, a pillow, and give it or them a hug of love, because hugs are a great source of love. And let's face it, we could all use more love in our lives. Thanks a bunch. Bye now.